Showing the students that the story that they have as individuals is important and is worthy of being told. I'm not necessarily teaching them how to tell their own stories, but rather I'm giving them the information that they need to know how important it is to tell their own stories.
Telling stories has been something that's really important for the ninth grade multicultural class in general. It's a class that looks at how and why stories matter and the fact that many stories matter. And when we think about American history and the narrative of American history, as we make that more complex and we tell additional stories, our narrative of America changes.
The long-term hope is to give them the inspiration and the drive that they need to take their stories and utilize their stories to kind of build the building blocks to their own personal success, but also to show them the importance of making space for themselves and opening up space for other people.
This final project asks students to apply a lot of the themes that we've learned throughout the year about identity and change, storytellings and narratives, and bring them into our community.
Alex Starsinek in ninth grade. I'm tired. I'm tired of struggling, of fighting just to exist. I'm tired of being hated. I'm tired of all these politicians trying and succeeding in taking away my rights. When I say I'm tired of existing, I mean I'm tired of the fight. When I say this country hates me, and you say, really? That's a little harsh. If it doesn't hate me, it sure isn't any good at showing it. And if it doesn't hate me, why am I lucky to live in this state? And if it doesn't hate me, why doesn't it love me? It's frustrating to always be reminded that nothing ever gets done. It's frustrating to feel like it's all moving backwards. It's frustrating to never be allowed to just be. When I get my chance to yell at America, I'll tell them, let us live.
Hi, my name's Anaya. I'm 15 years old. I'm in ninth grade. And one of the biggest impacts in WT is my change from my old school to this school. My old school was a predominantly Black school, and I changed to WT in sixth grade. And when kids are young, they kind of have like rude questions and things like that. So I did experience like passive aggressive, like racist comments in the beginning. But as time went on, people were more educated, and I really loved my WT community. And WT doesn't have a lot of like Black students in the middle school, and like it still is that way. Like there's like only 2 Black girls in the middle school right now still. So if you put people in an environment where they don't really see Black people that much, they're gonna have questions, and they're most likely going to be offensive. So I wouldn't say it's entirely the school's fault. It also comes from like the kids' backgrounds. Like you can't control what goes on in people's homes. Like you can't control what people's parents teach them. So I think it's like hand in hand with both.
My name is Austin Lenhart Barley. I was born in Conneaut Lake, PA. I moved to Pittsburgh when I was like 7-ish, and I came to WT in first grade because my Nana had gone here and she was an alum from 52, and I really liked the school because we had the North Campus. It's out in Fox Chapel. The North Campus was really small, and it was really only white people there, and there was like no diversity at all. And moving to like the middle school, gaining like a little bit of that diversity, and I think it changed how I thought a lot, because at first I had only like thought about these stereotypes and stuff, and then like actually meeting people and knowing that none of that was like true, I think it changed a lot. And then high school, especially getting to learn more about like diversity, and like I really like how the school like puts out their diversity and talks about it, but I feel like my hope is that like they could actually do it more and like get more diversity within teachers and staff. I feel like we're really like low on diversity, and it could really help like build our community more.
Hi, my name is Ben Clendenning. I'm 14 years old and I've been going to WT since I was in pre-K. My mom is originally from a small town in New Hampshire called Hanover, and my dad is an immigrant from South Korea. Being one of the only Asian students at WT's made me feel a little bit like an outcast and feel different from other people. I remember when I was in pre-K, I was one of the only two non-white people in my grade. And this project was really just to interview alums and get their perspective on their experience at WT. So it wasn't really just a single sided story. And I really enjoyed this project because our interviewee was also an Asian American, Caucasian student. And he also shared the same experiences as me, being one of the only few non white people here at WT. And he said that where he originally came from, it was a more diverse colored place. And then when he switched here, it was more of a white environment, and it really made him also feel like an outcast when he switched here at first.
Hi, I'm Mac Jamison. I'm 15 years old and I go to Winchester Thurston. This year is my first year at Winchester. I've had a pretty good experience despite everything that's happened, the George Floyd incident. Mostly I'm a person who observes in life, just mostly taking information in and just trying to find myself and where I really fit in this world and the person I want to be now and in the future. At the end of the day, though, I'm just a kid trying to make his way through this big world.